Hi, welcome to the Medusa Yarn and Fiber YouTube channel. My name is Nikki and I'm your host. Today is Vlogtober 11th, and for the month of October I'm uploading a video every day. Some of it is just sort of a day in the life of me and my family, and other days like today will be a deep dive into my knitted archives, where I'll be showing off some of my older knits that may or may not have ever been shown on the YouTube channel. So also I will be, at the end of today's video, I'll be talking a little bit about my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along project. I'm doing the Shawlography with West Knits, and I've completed Clue 1. So if you want to stick around and see what Clue 1 looks like, that'll be at the end of the video, so that for those of you who don't want to see it, don't want the spoiler, you know it'll be coming near the end. So what I'd like to show you today is probably close to one of my all-time favorite knits. And I knitted this a long time ago. I'm just checking on my Ravelry page. Okay, so I knitted it in 2016. I completed it in February 2017, but I know that it took a long time to knit. So let's say I knit most of it in 2016. So it's already 5 years old, almost 6 years old. And in the winter, in the fall and winter, I still wear this thing almost every single day. I love it that much. So what is it? It is the Rosaliette, not too sure how to pronounce that properly, but the Rosaliette poncho by Martha Wissing. Now, it is, I knitted it exactly as it was written in terms of the size, and it's just this beautiful poncho that slits up one sleeve and has a magnificent sort of leaf motif along one of the long edges, and it is exquisite. And I just looked at the Ravelry page for this project, and I'll put all the information in the box below. And according to Ravelry, there's still only 6 projects, 6 people who have knitted it, and I don't understand why. It's an amazing knit. It's a worsted weight poncho, and of course I chose just a phenomenal color. This is the here, I'm going to take it off. Malabrigos Rios, so it's the worsted weight yarn, and I wrote on my Ravelry page that it's just red. I suspect there was a better color for that, but I didn't take note. And it's just this beautiful red yarn that has just the subtlest pink and darker red variations in it, and there's the leaf motif at the bottom. Now, when I knitted this 5 years ago, I had only gotten back into knitting after a hiatus of almost 20 years. And this was a huge purchase for me to buy hand-dyed yarn. This was before I was a yarn dyer. And it was a huge deal for me to spend that much money on yarn. And I can't say this for sure, but I suspect it was one of the earliest examples of me thinking, how can I not knit with hand-dyed yarns for something like this? It was just, just absolutely beautiful. And I love it, love it, love it. I wear it almost every single day in the winter as sort of my outdoor thing. Because here in Knoxville, you can get away with that. If it gets too cold, then I will have to put on a coat. But for the most part, I can wear this as my exterior wear. At least through till at least January. I did initially give it to my mom. I thought it was too big for me, and I gave it to my mom because my mom is quite a bit taller than me. She's 5'9" or 5'10" maybe, and so I gave it to her, and because I thought it just looked better on her. She's got these long legs, she's Swedish, and she's got the figure. Pardon me, I don't mean to spit on you. And so it looked fantastic on her, but she just, even though she lives up in Canada, she just doesn't wear knits that much. I keep giving her stuff that I've knitted, and she keeps giving it back. No problem, right? I don't mind at all. I love getting it back. But I can say, well, I knitted it for her, and she just gave it back. What can I do? And I'm so glad she did, because it's my staple piece in the winter. It's my one of my all-time favorite knits, I have to say. I mean, it's like your children, right? You can't just pick a favorite. You like some better than others for different reasons, and then you like the other one better than the other for a different reason. You know what I'm saying. It's just different. But yeah, it's an exquisite piece. So I highly encourage you, if you've never knitted one of Martha Wissing's patterns before, go and check her out and knit this one. It's just, I love it so much. So thank you, Martha, for being an excellent poncho designer. Yeah. All right, so now the clock is ticking. My husband just got home from work, and we are taking the kids, it's fall break, and we're taking them to a movie tonight. So I need to make sure we have enough time for that. So I need to click along. So now I'm going to talk about the MKAL, the West Knits MKAL. If you've seen any of my previous videos about it, you know that I decided to go with the neutrals, grays, for my base colors. Okay. With a color pop. And my first choice of color pop was this amazing, amazing electric blue Anzul. And these are all Anzul, pardon me. And these are all Medusa yarn and fiber, the Muse's base, which is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. So very luxurious. And I had this one, and then I dyed up a lime green to go with it. So a real out of the comfort zone thing for Nikki, okay? But I loved it, and I'm excited about it, and I've finished Clue 1, so here it comes, whoever doesn't want to see it. And here it is in its interesting glory. It's still on some needles, so it's kind of hard to properly show you. I guess I could have taken it off the needles, but essentially you've got this first part that is wedges all the way around where you started. And then it goes into this interesting slip stitch motif with these slip stitch V's. And for those of you with a very sharp eye, you'll see that I did mess up the blue section. I knitted 2 rows too many, and I was already up into the gray portion before I realized. And I just decided to keep going. I don't mind it. And then back into the lime green. And then this is where things get weird for me. Clue 1 finishes up with these I-cord loops. So all of these loop-de-loops. So here's the question. Do I like it? Well, first of all, the pattern's an adventure, which I'm very much enjoying. Like it keeps you very interested. And it's just interesting enough that you need to pay attention, but not so complicated or intricate that you can't enjoy it. And I'm loving the colors, loving the yarn, and I am enjoying thoroughly the construction. But when I get to this part, which I love, I think is a very nice thing, followed by the I-cord loops, I'm starting to feel like this is going to be, like I keep thinking about all of the snag possibilities with all this kind of looser fabric. How many times I'm going to snag one of my rings or my earrings or my fingernails on these things that are a little bit more snaggable than just a basic knit. So that's one thing that makes me a little nervous, but it doesn't make me dislike it. Now, as for the I-cord loops, I am okay with them for now. I wouldn't say I like them, but I'm okay with them for now because it turned out, based on the way I decided to place my colors, that they're the dark, dark, dark charcoal gray. If I had these I-cord loops in the green or the blue, I'd be a little scared. I would, because then it starts to feel like a little clownish or circusy, which is fine, but I would start to get a little nervous. So the fact that these are dark, the dark color and not all that distracting, I'm okay. So again, the mantra, don't stress, just say yes, don't stress, right? Just enjoy the process. But again, this is all really far in my comfort zone, which is a good thing. So I see all sorts of snag potential here on any one of a number of things. So it's just a little nerve-wracking, but I love it. Like, I'm loving the way it looks and the fact that it's so different from anything I would ever knit. So different. So I do enjoy that part of it. But let me tell you, I am loving the way that the blue and the green are showing up together. I like it a lot. Okay, so what else do I have to say about it? Do I like it? Yes. Would I knit it if I had seen this before? I don't know. It's such an odd paradox, right? And I guess that's the beauty of mystery knit-alongs. It kind of forces you to take that leap of faith, whether you like it or not. So I am very curious about how it's going to proceed. I'm looking forward to the next clue, and I am just going to enjoy it. And the yarn is divine. The pattern is perfection in terms of technique and construction and clarity with the videos. I have no straightforward complaints. So, do I like it? Yeah, I do. A lot of deep breaths, a lot of, I don't think I should do that. Oh my gosh, my cat's gonna attack. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of those toys you get for infants where there's different sections that give them a different tactile experience. And that's kind of what, I didn't think it with this part, but once the I-cord loops came in, I was like, what is Stephen West saying about us knitters? That we're going to be like a 5-month-old infant playing around with the different parts? I thought that was kind of funny. But yes, so far so good. In fact, before Clue 2 comes out, I think I'm going to wash and block this and block as I go. So that I can really see it for all its glory. All right. I'm going to let you go now, and we are going to go off and I think I'm going to Paw Patrol with my daughter while my husband and the son do some Marvel movie or superhero movie, something that my daughters definitely will not sit through. And I don't have much interest. I love Star Wars, Star Trek, anything space, sci-fi, but I just can't get into the superhero movies. I just can't. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you think of the MKAL. If you are knitting it, let me know what you're feeling about it, and how you feel about your colors, how you feel about mine, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, let me hear it. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for October or Vlogtober 12. Bye!